What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Berserk Manga's chapter 60 and 61. Everybody should be seeing this on Monday. It looks like we just hit the like goal for Friday's video. I think like an hour before. So if you haven't, we uploaded chapters 56, 50, or was it? Yeah, 57, 58, 59 on Friday and Sunday. Everybody should be seeing this on Monday. Appreciate the support. The support's been going crazy. I would love to see if we could hit 8,000 subscribers before the year ends. It looks like I average anywhere from like 80 to 100 subscribers a month. So that leaves us what? September, October, November, December? 4 months, 100 each. It'd be pretty wild to see if we're able to do that. You guys have been killing it. The Berserk videos have been doing the best on the channel, so it's greatly appreciated. Jumping into here, they escaped the actual castle. I don't know if you want to call it a kingdom, because I feel like they're still inside the kingdom of Midland, or whatever you want to kind of categorize it as. But we've got a new group on our tail. Black Knights, Murder Hounds, whatever you want to call them. I don't think this man is 100% human, just from the way he's being animated and written. Once again, though, it's like a good and a bad thing when you kind of do the whole, like, and I've been using Star Wars as the example. We're waiting for that Darth Vader moment, but since the prologue stuff was first, and I know Guts is an adult, and I know what Griffith turns into, when we go back and we get in times of like tense danger, I know that Guts is going to survive. I know what happens of Griffith, so worst comes to worst, I know those two make it out of this. As for the rest of the group, I'm not 100% sure. I think Pippin is going to go out in a rage of glory, probably. If I had to put money on who dies first of the group, there's 5 of us, so eliminate the 2 that we know are still alive in the current timeline. I think Pippin goes first. And what's so bad is I'm under the impression that they're planning to ride these horsebacks, to where they think they have an established camp with reinforcements and things like that, and it's not there. So if they even get away from this, what they're going to might be worse. We'll see, though. They're being pursued. This is another group. This is the second group we never heard of when we were essentially the king's right-hand man. So I'm guessing this is it. This is the last man obstacle in our way, I would suspect. Everything after this, if we survive this, would be of demonic. We'll see. Go ahead and get it started. We'll press that. Make sure that's on. Make sure you guys can see my cursor, which you should be able to. Mic is going. Recording. Alright, good. And then we saw the king has not recovered in that year. It was explained to us, you know, Charlotte hasn't seen or spoken to him in that year. The interaction we saw last chapter was, to my interpretation, was their first interaction since he tried to take advantage of her. He promised her that he wouldn't. He did anyway, so let's see what happens here. Pursuit, isn't that? Jesus. Well, can't show that. I want to look at it, but not show. It's just dismembered bodies. Oh, they have those. They're riding in with those bodies on their spears. Is that the girl right there in the front and center that gave Griffith those flowers and shit? Damn, that's fucked. And they're riding through like that. I'm trying to scroll what I can't. Hold on, give me a second here. Alright, that's better. I'm trying to just see like the carnage. This one over here, no head, no arms, no legs. Golly. He's got 2 legs on his. This one looks like this is just a burnt child. Just a burnt child. Oh, man. Well, won't feel bad for any of these. Looks like they have what's coming to them, though, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, let's go ahead and remove this. Let's get back into it. Yeah, Casca's having that. You see how they're showing his eyes here? It makes me think Griffith sees it too and is thinking of that. It's really them, though. Like, look at the three. No, how could they? The Black Dog Knights? Again, Judo is well educated. He seems to always... He hasn't been taken by surprise or not known anything yet. An army unit drafted from criminals. They're the most roughshod in all Midland. I'd heard in the war they were so bad they were sent to the frontier way in hopes that they would get taken out. But this is even worse than the rumors. Regardless, though, I don't take any of them as a threat. They're still men, minus the one, and you know the one we're talking about. I don't think they hold any threat to Guts. The rest, who knows? They're still alive, so they have some skill because they've been on the battlefield, but first assassin, now a bunch of thugs. Looks like we're really on the king's bad side. Oh, I missed one. This isn't normal for a single jailbird. Looks like we're really on the king's bad side. So they still don't know. They didn't get the details from Charlotte on why. It was just treason. They didn't get like down to the nitty gritty. It looks like it was hinted at, and maybe Casca had an idea. I think all that was said was Griffith came to my room, something along those lines, and Casca looked like she might have connected the dots, but I'm not sure. Judo, you should see the bridge soon. Fly, like you had to tell me. But you're carrying wagon back though. But with so little distance between us, we can't use that trap. Not good. What trap? Were they planning to hit the bridge and then destroy the bridge? He just pull up? Oh, hell. Guts just pulled up. I'll buy some time. Go. I would love to see this man go off. Literally take them out. Minus the one, because I'm sure there's got to be a 1v1 showdown. You can't build that one up and not have him be of some skill. Damn. No, don't be absurd again. Like you were that time. Don't worry, I learned something fighting those 100 men. If things turn ugly, I'll run. Oh, she's worried. Sweating, even. Look at... I can't take this serious. Every time they try to put an expression on this man, it's literally just like a glance and a look, and it's... I don't know why that's a humorous look to me. When they try to show emotions in his eyes through the mask, but clearly he's looking at Casca, seeing that emotion that she has for him at the moment. Now then... Oh, fudge sickles. Is it Bash Bro time? So, Guts pulls up, looks behind him, and Pippin pulls up on horseback. Oh, hell. I've been saying it for a while. Pound for pound, I think these are the strongest two at the moment. Hats off to Griffith, you know. He's amazing, and at one point he was better than Guts. But his iron wasn't being stoked, you know? He wasn't stoking that flame, just forging his skill out there like Guts was. And almost to an extent, Pippin, I feel like Pippin was in that nitty-gritty as well. If I had to pick two, I'm probably taking these two. Like if I need to hold off 100 men, I'm taking these two. But like I said, I don't think Pippin survives this. Yeah. And I'm just trying to think of it from like a classic anime style writing. You have to show me that that guy is of some power and threat. A way to show that, unfortunately, in classic anime form, have him kill Pippin. That would be just bad. I love this shot though. You guys can't see the double panel, but this is a great shot. Band of the Hawk power tag, huh? Okay. Good. I'm glad to see like we've already decapitated one Pippin getting his shine. Pippin, I hope you go out in a blaze of glory right here, man. I'm nervous for you. Right now, none of the core group has died. We don't know what happened to Corcus. I don't think they would give him an off-screen death. So I think he weaseled his way somewhere, but this is the squad is Corcus, Rickert, Pippin, Casca, Judo, Griffith, Guts. It's those 7. I think he's going to be one of the first 7 to go. I mean, just cutting through them. And this is expected. I don't care about the stories of them or what they've done. They're murderers, the worst of the worst. They still can get this work, and they still can't compete. So, y'all want to run through villages and rape and pillage the women and children and do all that shit? Don't be shocked and scared now. That's all I have to say about that. You better come correct. Y'all were charging up here with severed bodies on spears. Don't start gasping and turning away now. I mean, they're just cutting through. Guts is cutting through. Pippin's cutting through. Oh, they're not. Good. What's with these guys? They don't back down no matter how many we kill. How many did we? I can't tell the numbers in their forces. We're not saying 100, are we? I don't want to scroll all the way back up and try to really get a gauge, but I think it's less than 100. But it looks like they're not flinching, which is fine. I mean, keep charging. Do what you got to do. Yeah, you can tell they're not they're not all here. It ain't normal. Their eyes, it's fear. They're being driven on by friggin' fear. Fear of what? Him? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't turn back. You know what the consequences you have to deal with is if, I guess, you show weakness. It's like either die by him or don't. Look at them, like, looking back. Move. He did not just throw the spear with that severed woman on it, did he? He did. And he had to cut... He had to cut her head off to keep... to deflect it and keep going. Alright. I wonder the size of the two of them. Like, it's hard to tell on horseback. They're really animating him to look massive. Ain't we a lively one? Let me play some too. Yeah, that girl's body, and it's just so disrespectful. First, you take advantage of her, slaughter her whole family and everything, probably in front of her while she's still alive, and then you're just desecrating her body and shit like that. It's just, sure, I'll play with you. Like, these don't look like, okay, so you see Guts' hand here, normal human hand. This is not. I don't believe this man is. He's not gonna catch that blade, is he? Caught his hand. Oh ho, that's one big toy. So what do you do now? It got away. Y'all just gotta keep going. No, she didn't. Oh, is she going to set the trap off? Do they have explosives planted under the bridge? I thought she was running back to them. I think she's going to blow up the bridge. There's nowhere to run to. Have we ever seen anybody just barehanded stop Guts' swing, adult or adolescent? I don't think we have. To him, that's got to be pretty shocking. We'll see, though. I mean, you got to build the man up a little bit. Hands are getting crushed. I think she is going to set off some yeah, it looks like they set this up here. I'm getting crushed. Pippin, 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 Pippin. Is this it? Pippin coming in with that side swipe. Tag team, that sounds like fun too. So it looks like the swipe of Pippin made him let go. Okay, it looks like Pippin's swipe made the guy let go. What is he? No one's ever stopped my sword barehanded before, and with one hand too. This bloodthirst, it ain't normal. Yeah, like, not human. I don't know how many times we gotta put this out there. I know this. I remember this feeling. Ah, exactly. Exactly. The same as Zod and the same as the Night Skull. It's the same. Dang, he shook. Casca's calling them to come on. Do they turn and dip? You think they even have a chance? Oh, they did make it. It's alright, don't be scared. Gunpowder. Fun. I mean, it's gonna explode, but how far are we talking here? That's the end of it. I mean, I don't really know what more hints we need. He's up to this point in the story. These are the he doesn't know what they are. He doesn't know what Zod and the Night Skull are, or otherworldly, or. But us as a viewer and Guts as a character, he's relating it to the only two things that have given him that feeling before, and we know they're not human. So I'm going to assume he isn't either. Let's see what we got in chapter 61. I mean, if you want to show somebody strength, just show them stopping Guts' sword. It's never happened. It's not like he stopped it with a shield. Barehanded. We don't stop, guys. We just keep going. If they make it, they make it. They don't, they don't. We have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. It got some of them. Wow, don't stop, just keep moving. Yeah, like we can't look back to see did they not. Damn. Some of them made it through. Safe. So I say, but a lot of them sure fell. Oh well. Come on, you dogs, let's go. Oh. Some dissension in the ranks here. Well, how many we got back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 in his ranks. Plus him. What's wrong with you guys? This is crazy, boss. They are showing a little fear. It's a straight road next to a mountain. If they knew their escape route from the start, they'll have laid more traps like this along the way. Your point? We ain't especially scared or nothing, but it seems stupid to dive right into the enemy's hands. He's got a point, yeah. He does have a point, but you don't have a choice. It's either follow me or die. Die by me or die by them. Yep, just crush that man's skull with 2 fingers is all. Oh please, that's the problem with grown-ups. If you start talking about living and dying, you end up wasting your life away. The creed of the Black Dog Knights. To enjoy and excite. Well, it's good to see that the rest don't seem as unhinged as him. But again, I feel like Zod wasn't like this. I don't know what Zod has done in his past. Who he was before he turned into what he is. But Zod had this like same kind of like, oh, this is fun, this is exciting, nobody's, you know, pushed me to this form or whatever in 100 years. And he didn't seem to really care what could or couldn't happen to him, because he knows what he is. I'm getting the same vibes from him here as well. You know, if you think about it, we'll see. Damn right, don't you forget it. Here comes the Pooch Patrol after all. He ain't just some simple pooch, I'm sure of it. He's the same. Yeah. But why? Why do things like that keep appearing to just me and Griffith? Oh, starting to think a little deeper, huh? He's starting to think of the why behind it. You know what I'm really curious of, and I would kind of like to see? Remember how the Skull Knight, Knight of the Skull, I forget how we're saying his name. When the Dark Elf and Count and everything were kind of going on a murderous rampage, and he like snapped his fingers and they all stood at attention and said, we ain't got time for that, yada yada yada. I'm sure Zod is aware of who the Night Skull is and all that. If they're in hot pursuit right here and they get in a crazy fight and it spills over into Hawk's camp, or what was of it, if this if he runs in there and sees the Night Skull, does he like stop and freeze and everything as well? Or do you think he keeps going? I don't even know if that's a point we get to. We might defeat him before we run into anything, but I'd be very curious to see his demeanor in front of the Night Skull, if he is, you know, of that. 1 year hence shall be the time of the eclipse. It can't. His ambition collapses. Death will pay you a visit. A death you can never escape. It can't be. Oh man, that symbolization again. And you know what's wild is like he's starting to doubt again. Like he's shook and really thinking about it. Guts is starting to think a little bigger here. We're here at the next point. Wait a second. There is somebody up here. Who is that? Who's this up in the brush and shit? Who is that? Oh, there's a little bit of a landslide. That's definitely taken out multiple of those riders. Oh, nice sound. Music to my ears, yeah. Big pinch. I mean, he's just here for the excitement. I guess when you're a demon, you live hundreds of years. You don't get much like this, you know? And he crushes it with his bare hand over his head. And you know what makes it so, like, so demoralizing? Is like the look on Guts' face. It's like a hopeless, like, I can't, you know, type thing. He even mentioned, you know, when I was going against 100 men, I know if it gets bad to just run, and that type of thing. He just ran up the stairs against multiple Midland forces and cut down 20, 30, 40, 50 of them, and it was nothing. And he was locked and loaded. He's so shook right now that I don't even think he could give it his best effort if he got the chance to 1v1. Is that Orcus? Judo? Or some of these Band of the Hawks members that maybe were stationed at these points for the run back that happened to not get massacred with the rest of the group. Someone's got a torch here. Another big bang. I mean, they're slicing through him. They're going to get to the end of it, and it's just going to be him left. He a monster? Yeah, he is. No good, and it ain't even slowing him. I guess we're going to have to face him again. No, we just barely made it. Where are those arrows coming from? Is this us? Ah, there he is. There he is. Look at the shot they give, Corcus here, like he's just chief in command and shit. Isn't this the other, I always forget his name. Wasn't this, oh, you guys can't even see my cursor. Isn't the guy next to Corcus here? Was that Guts' right-hand man? Raiders. This guy over here animated looks like Guts. I always wanted to do this. Alright, listen, you louts. All forces charge to the front four. Hold up, wait, strike that once more, do over. Bro, they already started. Oh, this finally feels like a battle. You gotta get them to stop, by the way. Like, somebody needs to... They're literally gonna run into that group of hellhounds and get splattered. Alright, so this group here, the one that's set up for this ambush and shit. Alright, so there's still some left. That's good to see. I don't know if they get wiped out here charging at this man. But what do we have to go back to is the issue. Let's see. There's your welcoming salute volley. Hold up, wait. Now this finally feels like a battle. The much rumored band of the Hawk. Time to get me the full taste of them. I'll be your opponent. Oh my god, he did turn around. I'm curious, can this current Guts handle this? Because I don't even know really if let me go ahead and finish this. It looks like we only have 2 pages left. Why? Let's not hold it up here. I don't know what the hell you guys are, but I'm taking care of you personally, Oh, okay. My man got that shook up out of his voice and is ready to go. Nice. Okay. I don't know, because I'm trying to think. You know, when you watch stories and early villains look like impossible, but when you get to like older sagas, volumes, seasons, it's like, dang, remember when we thought so-and-so was so strong and now they wouldn't even be a match? We've seen grown-up Guts take out like the Count and another Apostle and things like that. I'm curious, like, is Zod and whoever this one is, you guys don't have to answer for spoilers because it's still not confirmed that this guy is a demon, but I'm going to assume he is just from all the foreshadowing. I'm curious, like, this one's gonna die here regardless. I don't think this one survives. I don't know if Guts takes him out, the Night Skull comes and stop him, whatever, they ambush his ass and take his ass out. I don't know. But I'm curious if, like, if Zod in the current timeline, is he just always stronger than Guts? Like, it wouldn't have mattered if that was adult Guts that ran into him, or adolescent, early or late teenage, early 20 Guts. Like, Zod is that strong regardless. It's not just one of those early chapter villains that looked so strong at the time, but now that we look back on it, it's like, man, remember when we thought Zod was actually something? Wow, what a time that was. Like, is Zod stronger than the Count that we ran into, and then the earlier one before that? Because those ones pushed grown-up, hard, fastened, battle-tested Guts to the limit. Like, to the limit. I don't know if they're stronger than Zod, though, but Zod didn't really show us anything. He beat up on a bunch of I mean, our main hero was a kid at that point, so it's hard to tell. So they're in pursuit. It's good to see, because I thought, really, I didn't think there was anybody left. So the fact that we've even got, a handful of 20, 30, 50 or so, it's good to see that they're still there, at least. I thought we were running back to a camp that had nothing there, so when they were looking at the other checkpoints, I'm like, are we going to have to get off and, like, ignite these and do all this ourselves? But some of the group, it looks like I guess the most abled, were set up in a group led by Corcus. It's good to see. I mean, I don't like Corcus as a character, but it's kind of dope to see him lead his own little squad, and everyone's here seems super duper confident and shit. They did trim off a lot of his forces. So if we can just isolate him, I feel like we could, but I would love to see just the 1v1. I want to see, like, Guts take that step, and he has. Honestly, and I don't know what's out there in the world and the other kingdoms, and these last handful of chapters, we run into, like, different, like, exotic human fighters from other continents, or what it seems to be countries or armies. They fight differently and have different styles, and it's not just, like, the straight medieval, like, full-plated armor, sword. You know, people are lighter armor, they're more agile. But just from what I've seen, is it safe to say that Guts is probably one of, at this time, right now, he might be one of the strongest humans out there, as far as just a pure battle fighter experience? I feel like it is safe to say that. So, does that make him a match for what's going to come up here? I feel like this might finally take him from that step of, like, okay, you're one of the, but he doesn't know this, but from one of the strongest, like, humans to, like, okay, now you're on that, like, I'm defeating demonic level thing. So we'll see how it goes. Our man is immensely strong over here. I'm sure he might even transform like Zod did, but I don't think he's as strong as Zod. But I have nothing to base that off of. I just don't think he is. We'll see though. Everybody's still alive. I was under the impression that there was no one left, and Corcus somehow slipped through the cracks and is hiding somewhere in the forest. But it's good to see they've got all this set up. I wonder why they came in. I'm curious why they weren't supposed to. according to the Night Skull, that wasn't supposed to be. That's not what they were sent out to do. They're not here to massacre. They don't have time for that. Like, it seems like that was not part of the plan. So why those other demons decided to massacre half of our group? I mean, they're demons. Why do they do what they do? I don't know if there was a purpose or a reason. So there is still Hawks left. I don't know if this man here destroys all of them, but there still seems to be something here that they could start a foundation from if they make it through this. And like, hey, Griffith, we can, we can get it back. When that all falls, wow. That'll be interesting, but we'll go ahead and leave it there. This will be Monday's upload again. Appreciate it. You guys have been killing it with the support and everything, and hopefully our goal for the year, those 8,000 subscribers, can be a thing. We'll leave it from there. We'll be back for the Berserk on Friday with chapters. What did we just? Oh, so chapter 62, 3. Tuesday, One Piece. Wednesday, Monster. Thursday, One Piece. Friday, Berserk. And then later today, House of the Dragons reaction will be up. And we should have the Fight Club reaction up either this upcoming weekend or the next. Go from there. Appreciate it, guys. Like, share, subscribe as always.